Well, good evening. We are here in the frigid. It may be too tame a word for the environment we are currently living here in Washington D.C. It's really cold. It's really cold.
You know, where is global warming when you need
Oh my
it?
God! Yes.
Bring back
Al
global
Gore,
warming.
where are you?
That's what I say.
Al Gore, where are you? It was 8 degrees this morning when I was walking the dog.
Yeah.
And a friend of mine who lives in Grand Rapids, Michigan, as I was bitching about how cold it was, he sends me a text, like a weather thing from where he lives, minus 19 degrees. Ooh. And he was quick to add, this is not wind chill. This is the weather.
It's actual.
This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
It's actually minus 19 degrees.
It is.
Human beings should not live in this ridiculously cold weather.
Just a reminder that God controls everything.
God does control everything.
He does.
But I wish God would turn up the temperature.
Whether you believe him or not.
Yeah. Could you tell God to turn up the temperature? Oh, you can't do it because church is canceled tomorrow.
Church is canceled tomorrow. But good news, us liberals have a direct relationship with God. We love him. And we actually talk to him.
It's called denial.
We talk to him privately.
Well, my plan is I'm going to just use a lot more plastic utensils and throw them away.
Oh, boy.
Contribute to some global warming.
Well, the liberals will not be happy with you.
No.
Were you all,
Recycle, Rachel.
Were you all confused on how many inches or the projected storm? Like, what do you guys think we're going to get?
So we've all lived in this area for many years, and shall we say the weathermen are often wrong. So we've been through these situations where they tell us how terrible it's going to be, and it's a total bust.
It's a total bust.
Right.
But nonetheless, the supermarket was crazy
empty
yesterday.
Empty.
Yesterday, empty.
Oh my God!
Empty for sure.
It took me 10 minutes to get into the parking lot.
Well, it was
the shelves were depleted.
No, the shelves. No, I'm saying
no water at Costco.
I'm saying the
no water at
crowds
Costco.
were like everybody was in the supermarket gathering. It took me 10 minutes to get in the parking lot. Like it was like a traffic jam getting into the supermarket.
It felt like COVID when there was like a run on toilet paper.
Oh my God! But that is such the American way, boy.
What are we doing with that?
I mean, and in this neighborhood, in this area, it's not like you're more than 5 miles away from a damn store. And these people act like I'm not going to be able to get there.
Ever again.
Are you serious?
You need to load up right now.
Yeah.
Let me get all the chicken wings.
You guys are on the side of people not buying multiple things of toilet paper and stuff.
How would you go and buy 50 rolls of toilet paper?
Why do you need 17 packets of toilet paper?
Oh, that's what I got.
But what
let me just.
Well, my point was that like they always predict Snowmageddon, and then we get like 2 inches. But regardless, it's like Charlie Brown in the football. I mean, every time there's predicted, everybody rushes to the supermarket, buys it out. There's nothing left on the shelves.
Yeah.
Then we get our 2 inches.
Well, and every now and then, while they may not be right, we get hammered. Right. So, and the reason that this is bad is because we're getting snow and it's going to be really cold, which means we're going to get ice, which means the entire city will be paralyzed for 3 days.
Right. Because we don't have the capacity.
I can walk to the store if I have to.
I will walk.
I'll still be doing my job.
But let's be clear. I mean, I know some people can't.
Are you seriously going to get out there and jog on the ice?
I usually do, yeah.
Rachel, on the ice?
Rachel, no. Come on.
I do. What I do is I go in the car tracks where they put down ice and sand, and so it's not that slippery.
Rachel,
so I run it on the street, down the middle of the street.
If Rachel is not here next time she passed away,
running in the ice demonstrates a real lack of common sense.
She was hit by a snowplow, ladies and gentlemen.
Have you seen the viral clip of the couple outside years ago in the newscast was like interviewing them and they were like, no, it's great weather to run. And then like literally they ran off and she just fell and like cracked her head. You gotta see it. You guys, I'll show you afterwards. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's
crazy, Rich.
I mean, this is ugly cold. I mean, this is like, I mean, if you're going out there and you're jogging when it's 8 degrees, I mean, when you're inhaling this air, does it not
because of all those COVID masks, I now wear like if It's cold. I don't wear it for COVID, but I wear it for like warming up the air that I breathe.
Oh.
It works for yeah.
Well,
That's
Professional
very good.
runner.
Well, you
Yeah.
should,
Dedication.
you should really develop some followers. For
Somebody is just
You could become a millionaire by advertising.
Somebody
It's
just
a
wrote that down.
strategy for running in the ice.
put on mask
Gold.
when I run. It warms up my breath.
That's what I do.
They
I
just,
put on a
they
mask
just
when
wrote
I
that down.
It warms up my breath. It does. It works. Yeah. It doesn't freeze my lungs. So.
There you go.
Well, for those of you not catching
Speaking
all
of
of
ice,
this,
speaking of
Yeah.
cold and ice,
yeah. I mean, this is by the way, this is our joint gripe. It's
Yes, it
is.
it's really
It's
it's
cold.
ridiculously cold. We're all very unhappy about it, including the dog. The dog is very unhappy. The dog does not want to be outside. It's entirely too cold.
of course, you know that song, "Baby, It's Cold Outside." It's now politically incorrect, though.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, there was I don't know, it was 2 years ago where that song became politically incorrect because he's coercing her to. She's
Oh,
like,
that's right.
I really
I did see
must
that.
go.
Yes, yes.
And he's like,
Only-
no, baby, it's cold, but I really must go.
Oh
Can't
my
make her
God.
stay, guys.
Only the Republicans. Only the.
Somehow,
That was not a Republican.
somehow, I gotta
That was
think it
not
wasn't the Republicans who made it politically incorrect.
That was not the Republicans
Yeah.
making it
Only the
politically incorrect.
Republicans would do that.
Oh my! Oh, are you seriously?
No.
We don't think anything is
That was
politically.
sexual
Do you know who's president of the United States? There's nothing that's politically incorrect.
That was
I don't want to. I don't want to say anything.
That was almost like
We know he
gay
does
rape.
not coerce.
All right. Well, moving on from the actual literal ice to the other ice.
Sad day in America.
It has been boy. It's been quite a few weeks with ice, and today we've had yet another tragic killing in Minneapolis. So I have been thinking a lot about all of this, about the presence of ICE, what they're doing, how they're doing it, the cities in which they're doing this, and it's a difficult subject to talk about because anytime there's a loss of life, you need to figure out, okay, why did this happen, and what were the circumstances behind it? And this the killing today in Minneapolis, there's lots of very graphic videos about it, and lots of outrage being expressed about it. But we don't know the facts yet. We don't know exactly, who this person. I mean, things are trickling out, but we don't really know what happened. But so I guess, trying to take a step back and look at the bigger picture of all of this. So the government's argument is part of the reason that we are having these violent protests and is because local politicians have instructed local law enforcement to not cooperate with ICE. And this is a fact. I mean, this is happening in large urban cities around the country, including Minneapolis, where the governor and the mayor have expressly said, no, we're not going to cooperate with ICE. So ICE is not able to go into the jails to, to try to get the criminals that they're trying to deport.
Into the jail.
And instead, they're going into the neighborhoods and, and
Nobody's keeping him out of jail.
Yeah.
Nobody's
yeah.
keeping him out of jail.
Yes.
Nobody's
nobody's
keeping
keeping
him
who out of jail.
Yes.
Nobody's keeping ICE out of the jail.
Yes,
Yes, they are.
ICE doesn't
The
have
lo-
to go into the jail.
The local
Yes, they
authorities
are keeping them
the
out of it.
politicians are preventing ICE
my
from going
goodness.
into the
That-
jails
Yep.
to actually arrest people.
No.
So
this is-
They're already, why are they in jail? They're already arrested. What are we doing? What are we talking about?
well, because if they're illegal immigrants who have committed crimes, they should be deported.
How in the world did Barack Obama
Barack,
deport
under
these people who were criminals straight out of the jail, but Trump can't? What is happening?
Because
what are we talking about?
because the politicians aren't allowing them to go in.
Kevin,
It's
under
all
Bar-
about due process,
under
and
Barack
that is the problem.
Obama-
That
under-
is the problem.
under
It's
Barack
all about due
Obama,
process.
they
Can we
did
can we
let-
can we remain in America and believe in due process?
Okay.
But go on.
Barack Obama, people call him the deporter in chief.
He
because
was?
because he did deport more people than Trump,
Yes.
and at that time, he was allowed to go into because all of these cities were friendly towards him. He was allowed to go into the jails.
He
He was.
allowed due process.
That wasn't due process.
It is due process. People go in front of a courtroom. They say, "Hey, what's happening? Oh, you don't belong here. You're out." It's simple. This has been it's just show. It's a shit show on TV and social media because this man wants to distract from the nonsense that he's doing otherwise.
No, he is doing a lot of nonsense otherwise. I totally agree with
That's
that.
not what it's about.
Yes.
But you can't. It is a fact that local politicians have instructed local law enforcement to not cooperate with ICE.
That was not true with Obama.
Okay,
and
that was not true with
Obama. Okay.
They did cooperate with Obama.
You are picking people up off of the street because of how they look.
Yeah, that's
just
wrong.
railing them off to God knows where. They're not going to a court, and then you're flying them. Who the hell know where you're taking them?
Yeah.
Parents separated from kids, husbands from wives. What are we doing?
And then now,
we're saying, and we got people that are saying this is okay because they're illegal, and it's happening to actual U.S. citizens.
Yeah. Clearly,
this is crazy.
Clearly, they're going after people for the way they look. That's completely wrong. They're picking up people, asking for people's papers that are American citizens. That's wrong. But the fact does remain that Obama instructed local officials to cooperate with ICE, and now they're not. So
and he told ICE, allow people to go through due process.
No, that's not what he said.
That is what he did. Tell me where there's not chaos in the streets then.
No.
Because chaos is in the streets now because it's coming from the top.
Because Obama,
the man at the top is chaotic.
Because
he wants chaos.
Because Obama was a liberal, and that's why all
that has nothing to do with liberal or conservative.
It's why all the sanctuary cities cooperated with him. But
listen,
they won't cooperate with
liberal or conservative. People do not want criminals here. I don't care what people say.
Apparently the governor of Minnesota and the mayor of Minnesota and the attorney general in Minnesota all want the criminals here because they will not allow the criminals ICE to go into the jails.
We don't want you going into the. No, it's not arresting them. If they're in jail, they're arrested.
They need
Let's be clear.
They're going to be
you
deported.
Listen,
Obama,
we have people.
You could deport the people that had already been convicted criminals
That's
in
right.
jail.
There's still a process. People don't want a process. There's no process.
If they're in jail,
I have to strongly disagree that there's no process. Because
Kevin,
guess what? You didn't see anybody getting dragged down the hall of the jail. Everybody who was deported was shipped off, and that was the end of it. End of story. It's not like this is new to America. We deport people. But you don't drag their ass through an alley and kick them and stomp them to deport them.
Okay, this
is ridiculous.
There's two things going on.
But you know what? People say this is not America. God damn it, it is America. That's what the hell we do here.
There's two things going on. One, Trump is way overplaying his hand, and he's like out of control in terms of how he's deploying ICE. But it's also true that Obama did deport more people, and that state and local officials worked with him to deport people.
But you know what rational people do when things are done the right way?
And those same people are not working with.
You know what rational people would do when things are done the right way? They do things the right way.
It always takes
Kevin.
Two.
You're completely discounting the fact that this is politics, and it's
we know this is politics, and deporting people should not be politics.
And you simply cannot deny that local politicians in these sanctuary cities have instructed local law enforcement not to cooperate with ICE.
Whereas they did,
under Obama. And the result of that is that ICE is ramping up inappropriately. In many cases,
right.
inappropriately. ICE is ramping up because the local politicians have instructed local law enforcement not to cooperate with ICE. Now, if local politicians would instruct local law enforcement to cooperate with ICE, I submit to you, we would not be having the degree of violence that we're having right now.
Well,
it's a problem.
I don't know about that.
Hold on now.
True. Trump is ramping up inappropriately. State and local officials are not cooperating with him the way they did with Obama. So the both things are true, and Trump is still guilty of ramping up inappropriately.
I don't disagree with that.
This is a man who, when he was campaigning, was okay with people getting punched and hit in his crowds who didn't agree with him. This is who he is.
Well,
This is the message that he sends from on high. And you know what else him and J.D. Vance did last week? They told him that these people have complete immunity. You know what that means? No accountability. So when you allow people to do anything they want and they have no consequence, this is what you get.
Okay. Well,
And I hate to bring up
listen.
the 1930s. I will not do that.
The 19. What are you talking about?
Wait, what?
You talking about the Great Depression?
I'm
What are you
talking about the
about?
African Americans who suffered the hands of brutality, and there was no accountability
listen,
on the part
I mean, well,
of the people who
look,
put that abuse on them.
I mean,
it's the same thing.
in the
History repeats itself,
listen,
ladies and gentlemen.
In the 1940s, Japanese Americans suffered the same indignities. They were sent to internment camps.
Guess what?
I mean,
guess what? The point is not good. This is not healthy.
No,
it's not healthy for Americans.
Listen.
And unfortunately, we've seen a white woman and now a white man be killed
Both
U.S.
U.S.
citizens,
citizens, by the way.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
by people who are saying they're cleaning up and getting rid of the worst of the worst.
I feel like we don't yet know all the facts about either instance.
now.
And
I mean,
everybody has a perspective. You know, there's God knows how many people on social media expressing their perspective.
Absolutely.
About, you know, what this all is. But, you know, I think we were talking about this offline before the podcast, but one of the problems I feel like we have right now is that I feel like everybody is angry.
Well,
right?
we've said that.
So when you see Trump in any appearance, I mean, this is a man he's not a happy warrior, shall we say.
For sure.
I mean,
I think Trump is doing just fine.
He approaches everything with a scowl on his face, and you know, all of the administration officials that you see most of the administration officials that you see on television are very strident and very angry, and obviously there is I would say an exuberance of anger on the left among Democrat politicians who are equally angry. So we basically have an entire country that's angry, and we have all of our leaders who are expressing anger
I
and
agree with that.
stridency
I agree with
on
that.
television. None of this is helpful.
It's not helpful.
And again, as we talked about in the last podcast, where are the leaders? Where is the courage?
Well, just speaking
but
of-
I'll-
where are the people? Where are the adults?
But here's what I'll say.
because-
I think
because
Trump
the
is
result
actually okay. I think he's fine. And the reason why I think Trump is fine is because I think his God is money. And
What do you mean you think he's fine? What do you mean?
he's fine. He's not unhappy. He only listen.
He's
listen.
all about retribution.
Oh,
and
okay.
he-
No,
and
that's
prides
just
himself of it.
listen. That's just
That's
what
anger.
that's just him doing whatever he does.
Well, that's
His goal
anger.
is to enrich himself, and he has done that.
Goal is if your goal is retribution,
That is not his goal. That is not his goal. That's all mask. That's all theater. All of that is theater.
Didn't get the Nobel
Trump-
Peace Prize, and he's
Oh,
angry.
no, he's not really.
He's unhappy about
Oh,
that.
he's unhappy about
Clearly
that. He
unhappy
can be
about
unhappy
that.
about that.
Clearly unhappy about
But
that.
his ultimate goal
Yeah.
is to financially be well off and make his family well off.
Well,
And
he's
he is
already
doing
well
that.
off.
He is doing that. And let me just,
all
my
about
point is this.
retribution.
My point is this. He is a guy who only thinks of himself. He's okay.
Well, that's true.
He is okay. He's okay in the space he's in because he's doing exactly what he wanted to do. And that is take advantage of this country's financial gains.
So are you
And he's
guys?
doing it.
These guys full of
Are
anger.
you? So are you guys familiar with Peggy Noonan?
I know the name. Go.
So Peggy Noonan was a speechwriter for President Reagan, and she's got a column in the Wall Street Journal, periodic column in the Wall Street, and she's been a great writer over the years, and wrote this great book, What I Saw at the Revolution, which is about the Reagan Revolution. A great book. I mean, it's wonderful. She's brilliant. The Trump people would consider her, you know, a rhino, and blah, blah, blah. At any rate. So she had this great piece in the Wall Street Journal about Trump, where she was it's sort of a psychoanalysis of Trump. And basically, and her point is that he simply cannot exist with peace and quiet. He's a restless soul, and he's simply uncomfortable with peace and quiet, and so he has to create chaos and and dust and storms, because that's how he functions. I mean, this is a guy who apparently sleeps 3 hours a night. He has, I don't know, 15, 20 Diet Cokes a day, eats a lot of chocolate, terrible, like McDonald's, fast food.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, according to his doctor, he's picture health.
well, according to him, he's the healthiest president in the history of mankind.
Absolutely.
So. But this is part of the problem. I mean, why we don't need this. And her point was, this is why we're all exhausted.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody remembers
And
the
she's
first,
she's right.
Yeah.
if anybody remembers
We
the
are
first,
all exhausted.
the first term, everybody was exhausted. This one is even worse.
It's even worse.
This is just crazy.
He-
and we have people who think he's great.
Well,
I don't care what you say about his
we have a-
policies.
we have
He's
a
just
segment
he's
of the
not
voting
great.
population.
His
He is
his
not
base,
great.
but
He's not great. He's not good for America. He's not.
his base still loves him. But a lot of the people in the middle who voted for him are not going to vote for him again, I think. But
Well, the supporters
Are they
crazy.
going to have an opportunity to vote
But-
for him again? I'm just asking.
Apparently so.
John, will they be
why
voting
not?
for him
Why
again
not?
No.
in 2028?
He is constitutionally prohibited from seeking another term.
But
That's
so
a
people-
whole
I
nother
mean, so
conversation,
but-
ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we're going to have it at some point. for
That's
sure.
What is it?
Audience, witness the conspiracy theory.
It's not a conspiracy.
Yes.
It's not.
It's not a conspiracy.
All I'm
It
saying
is a
is-
conspiracy.
Oh.
He is constitutionally banned from seeking another office.
Who's going to stop him?
Who's going to stop him?
Yes.
The courts.
Oh my God.
They haven't stopped anything else he's doing.
Tune in.
Indeed they have. Indeed they have.
Tune in for episode 99 when we talk about Trump's third term.
But I think the
It's
fact,
coming.
but talking about everybody being angry, it does impede your ability to be objective about things.
Yes.
So, I mean, I think Trump is a despicable person, and a lot of things that he's doing is crazy and outrageous. But you still need to be objective about the facts in a situation. So, and everyone has lost their ability to be objective. I mean, in the case of the first woman that was shot, I mean, that horrible, horrible tragedy. But still, if my kids were in a car and I would advise them, if a policeman tells you to stop and get out of the car, I would advise you to stop and get out of the car. I would not advise you to keep driving forward.
But she was making
Well-
a K-turn in the middle of the street, though. The officer
No.
didn't...
I,
She's making a turn, right?
I don't even want to. I don't even
Yeah.
want to argue that part. I just want to argue the part that in any situation, judgment is needed.
Yeah.
So the officer has a responsibility. She has a responsibility. Everybody does.
Yeah.
But it didn't warrant her being killed that day.
Didn't want her being killed, but
And no matter what was
she
going
should
on.
have stopped and got. And
It's
let the
no
guy-
different than, in my opinion, when we have people who run from the police. Why are you chasing these people?
Right.
Why are you running?
It doesn't matter.
Why
it
are
doesn't
you
matter.
running?
It doesn't matter.
No,
The
it
tech-
does matter.
Hold on. The
If an
technology.
officer, if I'm
Stop. Let
pulled
me-
over by a cop and I
Okay,
think I was
if you-
totally in the right,
if you
I am
ru-
still not
let me
gonna
tell you something.
Move forward when
If you run from the
front of me.
police, Rachel, in your car, let Rachel go, y'all.
We
Get her tag number. We gonna find you.
No.
You're not going anywhere. We took 3, 4, I don't know how many years it took. We found the guy who planted the bombs in front of the Democrat and Republican buildings. Several years. We found him.
Just take for-
He didn't have no car. He didn't have no picture. We found him.
5 years later.
You gonna tell me we can't find little Mike who stole a candy bar?
5 years later.
We can't find
5
Mike
years
who stole a
later.
candy bar from the grocery store?
But
We
no,
gotta shoot him down in the
Kevin,
street?
No,
Stop this.
But
This
Kevin,
is
you
ridiculous.
You can't have it. You can't have it both ways.
That was
He-
bad
he-
judgment.
It's not both
No,
ways.
you can't have it. But look. I mean, the bottom line is, if the police ask you to stop, you should stop.
I don't disagree
You
with that.
don't-
Okay.
and
But
you
the
don't-
ones who don't jeopardize me for the one who doesn't, so he can crash into my car, kill me and my kids.
Well, you can't-
because your ass is chasing a guy whose license is expired. What the hell are we doing?
Exactly.
You kidding me?
I think he's talking about the
It's
severity
ridiculous.
of the crimes that they're chasing.
Okay.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
You
Well,
came out of the store with a ham.
It's a
Just,
little. Okay.
just let the lady get home with the ham.
So apples and oranges. Renee Good was not going home with the ham.
She was not. She was just leaving.
And she wasn't a
She told the guy. She said to the guy,
was
dude.
not- but
She
she-
said, "Hey, dude, I'm not mad at
But
you."
she
She's
was asked to
laughing.
stop, and she
Yeah.
moved
She
her
was
car
laughing.
forward
She-
in a provocative way, which you should not do.
With someone standing in front of your car.
You can't do that.
Y'all are not saying that she was trying to hit the guy, right?
Hey,
What I'm saying is if the police
there's-
ask you
There's
to
responsibility
stop,
on both
Yeah.
sides.
you
She
need
did
to
hit the
stop.
guy.
What you should not do
you
is
can't
move your vehicle
forward with someone in
forward.
front of your car.
What I would beg to argue, though,
You can't
is this
move
woman.
forward with someone in front of your car.
I would beg to
Yeah.
I would beg to argue that
Right?
this woman.
I mean,
I
you
agree.
can't
If-
move forward. You can't drive your car forward with someone in front of your car.
Well, it depends
I've
on
been
who
hit
you
by
are.
a car as a
Was he-
pedestrian. It's a big, powerful object. I
Was
mean,
he
it
in
does
front of the
serious
car?
You were
damage.
actually hit by a
It
vehicle.
was.
You gotta hear this
Yes.
story.
Running in the snow.
No.
So it was your fault.
I was not on a jog.
In the
I
tire
was
treads.
not on a jog.
I immediately went to she was on a job.
Right.
Immediately, I was like, okay.
I was not on a jog.
But
I was at a Capitol Hill reception. Leaving
So you were drunk. Okay. So it really was your fault.
Responsibility on both sides.
I'm just saying, getting hit by a car. I mean, it could have easily killed me, but so and they were like,
But,
So-
but
all said,
I would argue this
But
woman.
look,
This
so
woman
can-
has done this before,
All right.
and she's interacted with these people before. So there is that. You can say what you want, but they knew her.
Okay.
They knew
So
her.
Kevin, one of the things that you've said
should
on
not
one of the things you said on our
pull your
previous
car forward when
podcast.
someone's in front of it.
One of the things that you said on our previous podcast
Uh-oh.
is one of your
Callback.
issues. One of your
You
issues.
got receipts,
is
y'all. You got
that
receipts.
You are frustrated that we can't agree on a basic set of facts that are obvious. So a basic fact that is obvious is if law enforcement tells you to stop,
Yeah.
you ought to just
gotta
do
stop.
it.
Okay.
That is the
And
sensible
All right.
thing
that's what
to
I
do.
would tell.
Okay.
them.
Because bad
And that's
things
what I do.
happen
I
after
might be
that.
pissed
All right.
off.
So
I might
wait a
think
minute, wait
I'm
a
totally
minute.
innocent. But if an officer tells me to stop and he's got his hands on the door and he's trying to open the door, I don't. And there's
I
another
put
couple
my
of me.
hands on the steering wheel
I-
and I cooperate because that's the
Okay.
sensible thing to do.
Exactly.
Because
Okay.
you don't want to
And if some-
escalate a
if
situation.
anybody is in front of my car,
Nobody-
I do my best to stop. I don't think.
Nobody-
Oh, maybe I can. Maybe I don't. Maybe I won't hit him.
Nobody disagrees with that. I agree with that. Factually.
No,
Okay.
there
Hold on.
are many people disagree with that.
What I'm
Many
saying
people.
is, I agree. If you get pulled over, you should stop.
You stop.
And young African American men, please roll all your windows down, turn off your radio,
Stop.
put
Don't
your hands
accelerate
up,
forward.
have your
Don't
wallet out
accelerate forward
already.
when somebody's in front of your
Don't
car.
reach for anything. Everybody
Hands
just
on the
settle
wheel.
down. Just relax. But we can also put some responsibility on officers to do their job to protect and serve whoever they're pulling over. It doesn't matter who you think you're pulling over.
Okay.
Now I get it. A felon, you take different precautions, but we should not be killing people in the street, and we should certainly not be jeopardizing the public for people who are committing minor crimes. And all I'm saying is, police officers are being trained day, week, years, months. Well, not ICE. They just getting like 6 hours training now. But
Kevin, you don't
But-
know that. That's not true.
but my point is, they're
the guy
trained
that shot
people.
her had been
They're
10
trained
years-
people. This
10
woman's-
years in the service
and
and,
we can-
had been previously run down by a car.
Oh yeah, but he loves jumping in cars. So let's just give him
No.
that. He loves hopping in there, grabbing the wheel, doing everything. He's a Rambo. So guess
The day
what?
before, he had tackled
But-
somebody on the ground.
So
He had like a.
so this
no,
woman's
no,
wheels were
situation.
turned to the right, away from him. So we can argue. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm not saying she
Yeah.
was totally right in her actions, but he
She should've
certainly
died.
didn't.
Yeah.
She certainly didn't
Okay.
deserve to die.
Do
That's all I'm saying.
do you guys know anybody who's in law enforcement?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
Yes.
So whenever we talk about stuff like this, I always try to say, let's try to put ourselves in the shoes
Absolutely.
of law enforcement.
Yeah.
Now, these are people who are laying their life on the line every day. You
Yeah.
never know what's in front of you. You
Chose
never
that.
know what's going to happen.
Right.
Chose
There
that.
are lots of
Right.
unpredictable situations.
I know, but
You
I
picked
mean,
this. You picked it.
Wait,
Okay.
I chose being
Well,
a
you
fireman.
picked it, but you don't want to die.
Well,
You
nobody
don't,
wants
right?
to die.
So you don't
I
know-
chose to be a fireman,
Okay.
and they said when it's burning, you, sir, go in,
Yeah.
and you may not bring your ass out of there.
No, but
And you got to just understand that.
okay, but a
But
fire is like
sometimes you
you're
make a
going
split-second decision.
you're going into the fire, which is maybe it was arson.
It don't
maybe
matter
was
what
an
it is.
accident,
It's a
but
fire.
You go in there, right? And it's the beast that's going to get you, right? If you are a law enforcement officer, it is another human being that is potentially going to harm you.
That
You
is
don't know if
correct.
the human being, you don't know
Yeah.
what the intention of the human
Right.
being is.
That's
You
right.
don't know if the human being is armed. If the human being is behind the wheel of an automobile and you're standing in front of it and the human being presses the accelerator, you're going to react.
I agree.
In order to save your life.
I don't disagree with any of what you're saying.
Yeah.
But remember, every just like you said before, you watch these videos, you don't know the context. I think people understood pretty much the context of Renee Good. She was a woman who was just trying to impede them. You can say that's wrong. That's fine. You can say that's wrong. You can say that's wrong. She was not trying to hurt the officer. You can literally, if nobody can come to that
She
conclusion.
made a mistake.
She made a mistake, but she didn't make a deadly mistake, and she was not trying to run the officer over.
Listen,
So
Kevin,
in that space,
Look,
you can go to sleep at night believing it was all good, but that's
look,
okay.
it's
I
like
don't
it's
think
like
anyone-
that.
I don't
It's
think
like that.
anyone thinks it was all good.
It's
No one
like
thinks it was all good.
it's like that woman who was shot at the Capitol during January 6th.
Yeah,
She made a mistake
she did.
trying to go through there, and
They should have
could
mowed.
could the officer have used better judgment but put yourself in the hands of the law enforcement. You don't know if she's armed. You don't know what
was
she's
just
doing.
a little different.
And I think with
Dumb
these-
people were ramming that window. They were even
Listen.
the politicians were very afraid that day.
Well, no, there was
Those people were saying, "Hang these people, kill these people."
Well-
That was a whole different environment.
But I think
Well, I agree,
I-
which
you
is
just
why
can't equate it.
which is why the Capitol Police reacted the way that they did.
But the issue is they
didn't
didn't
do
react.
nothing.
They didn't react in the way.
Well,
that
they shot
would.
her.
There's one person out of it was 1,000 people outside. They shot one girl. There's 1,000 people out there ramming
But
the
why
door.
is why is that any different than Renee Good?
There were thousands of protesters.
Hold
Right?
on. You saying Renee Good by herself with her lover in a car is the same as the insurrectionists
Where the
running
ICE
up
officer
and
is in front of her
and
vehicle,
ramming the
where she
doors
has
at the
pressed the
Capitol?
accelerator
We're not
to
saying,
go and
we're not
to
saying
go
that that's
forward.
the same energy, right?
What I'm saying is
That
is
energy was so
what
different.
I'm saying is that Renee Good and the young woman who went through the window in the Capitol both made a mistake. What they should have done is ceased and desisted.
Well,
That's what they should have done.
the woman on the Capitol had people behind. They were ramming. They were coming in.
She should.
Renee Good was turning away. She was laughing and gone.
I think I
And you-
think that is a very
We-
optimistic way of looking
guy
at
was
it.
still holding
okay,
on to her.
you can say-
The guy was still
Let me
holding on to
just
her.
say
She's trying
this.
to
You know
open
what
the
would have made
door.
a difference to me if she would have ran the man over.
Oh God!
If she would have actually knocked his ass down with that car,
And
you'd
you
have an
shot-
argument.
Oh, you mean
you'd have an
you mean
argument
after
You'd
she
have-
killed him by running him
If
over with the car?
You would have an argument. But she turned that wheel to the right. She was leaving. She was laughing at the officer that she was talking to. This guy was overzealous, and they knew this woman.
He didn't like
They
to be
knew her,
laughed at.
and he did. They
Exactly.
are. Listen, when you are emboldened to do whatever you want to do, and let's be clear, a lot of these people have harmed people, so they're okay with it.
They're
And
not
then
okay with it.
they are okay
No,
with
they're
it.
not okay.
None of them.
No,
this
they're
man
not
is
okay
this
with
man
it.
is going
No,
home
they're
and
not
he's
okay
saying
with
to
it.
himself, I'm saving
They're
America.
not okay with
I'm
it.
saving America.
They're not okay.
And you know
They're
why they're
not
saying they're
okay
saving
with it.
America? Because we call each other left wing fools, right wing idiots. That's why. And
Well,
we're
again,
dividing this
back-
country
well,
again.
Again, back to the fact that we're all angry.
Because no
We're
one,
all angry.
Because no one has any objectivity. I mean,
No, none whatsoever.
I am angry,
I
man.
have one of my cousin's sons is a police officer in Brooklyn. This is the nicest, kindest guy, great family. I mean, there's no prejudice, nothing. And it's still like, it's scary to go out and do your job sometimes. So there are definitely some bad guys out there for sure, but we shouldn't like paint everybody with the same brush. And we ought to be able to acknowledge like blame on both sides. And I think that objectivity is lost because everybody's angry.
Because we're all in our corners. We've become tribal. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of the ring. I'm welcoming everybody.
Oh, God.
Well, our glasses
All
are
right.
empty.
Our glasses are clearly empty.
Yes, another drink,
We're
please.
gonna refill.
Another drink,
and,
please, host.
We will be back shortly. Alrighty, welcome back. We have full glasses, and we're feeling robust.
Yes, we are.
We're feeling robust.
Or drunk. Either
Every
one.
every time we come back from a break, I think to myself, we really should have been filming during the break
Yes.
because there were so many interesting things
Yes,
that
it
were
was.
taking place during the break. Most of which during which Kevin was wrong, but but nonetheless. So we're going to talk about the Davos Economic Forum that took place last week. So for those of you who may not be familiar with Davos, it is a gathering of the world elite.
Yes.
Heads of state, business leaders, economic leaders, influencers, and they gather in Switzerland to think big thoughts and talk about, all of the things plaguing the world. And for the previous several years, a huge topic at Davos was climate change.
Yes.
This year, not a peep about climate change.
Well,
Why?
Well,
Because the world's elite have figured out that we have all wasted entirely too much energy talking about climate change, and the world's elite, particularly the tech companies, have all realized,
Bill Gates declared it wasn't.
it wasn't a problem.
We-
Not a problem anymore.
We are going to need.
Not really a problem.
We're
It
going to
doesn't-
need energy to power all these data farms for
Well-
all the
Yes.
AI that we need. We
Right.
even need coal-fired plants.
We need a lot.
Oh,
to
Lord,
power
not coal.
AI,
Not
right?
coal.
So now they don't care anymore.
Hey, West Virginia, you're back. You're up
Bill
again.
Gates said it wasn't as bad as everybody was thinking.
And Bill
West
Gates,
Virginia,
Bill
you're back in the
Gates,
game.
Yeah, Bill Gates, who has been a climate Nazi for the last decade, has suddenly come to Jesus about all this. Well, God bless him for doing it. But it was
And we want warmer weather anyway. So.
so Davos was very interesting because the entire Davos week was dominated by the President of the United States, who was involved
Sadly.
in. So we have the Greenland issue, we have the blowing up NATO issue.
Oh my gosh.
We have the establishment of the Board of Peace.
The Board of Peace. The most
Wait,
prestigious
and,
board
ever, the most
according
And,
to
prestigious
Trump.
board
Vladimir
ever.
Putin will
So-
be the president of that board.
I mean, so let's
Because we
try-
know he loves peace.
We know he loves peace.
And then when Trump comes back from Davos, he decides he's going to sue J.P. Morgan Chase for billions of dollars because he claims they wouldn't give him any money
They
because of
debanked
January
him.
6th.
They debanked him.
So I don't know. So I mean, I guess we should try to unpack this one by one. So what do we all think about the Greenland scenario?
Another just, what the hell do you call that? He went over, he told, it's typical Trump. I got a great deal, guys. Same shit we've been doing all along, but I did it.
And we can do it. We can do it the easy way.
Or the
we
hard
can do
way.
it the hard
He said,
way.
I'm not going to use force here.
So what did he mean by the hard
What does that
way?
mean?
Is that-
Greenland has always been open to America, using its space, defending
Right.
us and defending the area. But he has to put his name on everything. So there you go. There's our president, reminding you that he's the smartest one in the room every time.
You know that Harry Truman was the first person that suggested that we needed to go take Greenland.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. But guess what? Greenland said,
Yeah.
we're open to whatever you need to do.
Well,
And that's
They-
important to understand. This was just all
and
fluff.
they always have been.
This is all just nonsense.
But-
Nonsense talk, waste of time, got people running around doing nothing when we have other things to be concerned about, like the Epstein files. But I will digress from
Oh God!
I will
The
digress from
Epstein files. Jesus. Oh, Lord.
I mean,
But I
they
was
should
I
still
was
be
appreciative.
released.
I was appreciative of the Canadian Prime Minister who stood up and said, "Hey, we get what y'all doing. We're we're medium sized countries. We got to figure out our thing too, and that's fair. But people should remember." We do a lot of trade with Canada. We do a lot of trade with Canada. They're a great ally. We should not be creating enemies at this point in time.
Well, we shouldn't be turning allies into enemies.
Enemies. That's exactly right.
That is for certain.
Yeah.
That is my point.
I like his line. We need to be at the table and not on the menu.
And Trump has already floated. He wants
Trump's-
to make Canada annex to America. I mean, this is just crazy stuff.
That is crazy
But,
stuff.
you know.
He said a lot of crazy stuff. I mean, I gotta say, he looked crazy. It was like cringeworthy watching him talk at Davos. Really,
The speech was like
embarrassing.
nothing
You've ever seen before.
Really embarrassing.
It's just,
I mean,
But I do think that the world is paying attention, and I don't think everybody's giving in to his whims anymore. I think people are realizing, listen, you got to stand up to this guy,
well, you
which
got-
is great,
right?
and you got to
we're
push
gonna
back
be on
on
the
him.
menu. So
And hopefully our politicians in America will do the same thing when it makes sense. It's just horrible that we're exhausted with this whole administration and everything that's going on.
Okay, so let's look at the outcomes of all of this, right? So leaving aside the way that he does things, which I think leaves most rational people uncomfortable.
yeah,
But
Right.
at the end of the day, Greenland is an important strategic area of the world because of all of their rare earth minerals, its proximity to Russia. You want to make sure that the Chinese and the Russians are not going to be in there, dominating the space. I think we could get anything that we wanted. We could do whatever we needed
But-
out of
We
Greenland.
could, right?
But-
And they're
but-
open to
but
you
the question
mining their
is,
minerals
did
too. They were
Trump
like, okay.
achieve anything in the way that he approached this? Because
He did
they
not.
have always been open to
that.
this.
I think we will end up getting more than what we had before, but the collateral damage of doing it
It's worse.
was,
worse. It's
was a
worse.
problem,
Yeah.
right? And you look at the whole NATO thing, right? So every president that I can remember would always urge NATO allies, well, you need to contribute more for your defense.
Yes.
In the first Trump administration, he said, I'm demanding that you all contribute 2%, otherwise we're out, right?
Right.
So they eventually did it. This time, second administration, he's demanding that they all contribute 5%. Otherwise, we're out, right? So, they're all doing it.
But
Now, hold on. So the bullying and obnoxious way that he went about doing this is offensive to everybody, right?
But, okay.
But in the end, you are getting to the point where the countries are now contributing more to their collective defense.
All right, so-
right, which is a
That's
good
true.
thing.
okay,
Sure,
but
yes.
but to your point, it feels like he had to bully him to make them pony up, right? And I don't know. Diplomacy has been going on for years. Please give more
Unsuccessfully.
unsuccessfully. So okay, maybe this tactic worked in that instance. And I know okay, they're giving more and they're doing more, but it doesn't have to be so like nasty. I mean, good gracious,
one-
so, like, what are we
one-
doing?
agree
One-
100%.
I can
Right.
say I'm in favor for making sure these countries pony up a little more
I
money.
do.
Everybody, no rational person would say, "Oh, well, they shouldn't give any more money. They should be giving. They should be paying their fair share."
And look, I mean, he's been right about some of the things that Europe has done. I mean, they should have been contributing more to the collective defense. They made a huge mistake with their own open border policy where, all of these migrants have, gotten into these countries, and it has been a huge problem for Europe. The way in which they've tried to regulate the regulation in Europe is, it's terrible. They're just strangulating themselves.
Humans are humans.
He's been right about a lot of these things, but the way the way that he goes about it is just good God.
You got
really?
You got good humans, you got bad humans.
Yeah. Well, then the question is, do you need that kind of personality for people to agree?
No, you don't need that personality. You just need somebody who's got some savvy.
Well, what we have done up to this point hasn't worked.
Yeah, it hasn't worked.
Well, but why hasn't it worked? The only reason it worked this time because he said, we're gonna pull out if y'all don't do better.
But
but you don't have to go and stomp your feet and knock the microphone over. But
maybe you do.
You can go with diplomacy and say, hey, listen,
America. The question is, why hasn't it worked before?
But
because nobody said
diplomacy hasn't.
We're not gonna participate if y'all.
So
and everybody knows they need America at this time. But I can tell you what's happening on the back end of this.
Everyone has always known.
I can tell you what's happening.
Always needed America.
But hold on. But I can tell you what's happening on the back end of this. Everybody's growing their military right now. Everybody.
Yeah.
Because they're getting ready for when they have to defend themselves.
Well,
and that's good for the Europeans because they're dealing with a lunatic in Russia.
Yes. Right. It's good that they build their military defenses.
But there are things.
I think actually his personality helped in the Israel-Gaza situation because at one point he was like,
what?
Gaza, you don't come to the table and say we're going to back Israel. They're going to blow you to pieces.
What is your view as a Jewish American of the Board of Peace?
It seems crazy to me that you got to pay $1 billion to join. I don't really.
Well, nobody's paid.
Nobody's paid. So, so far it seems. I don't think that should be the criteria for who you want on your board.
Would you?
Who's going to pony up $1 billion?
Would you have invited Vladimir Putin to be on the
Board of Peace?
Absolutely not.
He's a very peaceful man.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
But we'll see what happens. But they're moving full speed ahead with the Gaza Strip.
There's so many things. This is the just frustration that I have with Trump. I mean, if I could boil it down to what my basic frustration is with him.
Only one.
At the root, yes. The root is he does have some good ideas.
What?
But all of the noise, all of the noise around it, and even some of the
despicable person, but
tell me about the good ideas.
The way that he goes about. Well, look, I mean, I don't buy the whole.
We got one good idea.
I don't buy the whole. I have ended 8 wars. I mean,
well, we know you didn't do that, but okay.
Well, I mean, but cessation of conflict has occurred in some of these places. These are not solved problems.
No, they're not.
But there's been cessation of conflict, which is a good thing, right? Yeah. Getting NATO to pay more. This is a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Getting rid of Maduro is a good thing. The way that he went about it.
Can we talk about making America?
But my basic frustration is that there are some good ideas that are out there, but there's so much of the peripheral noise that just infects all of this, right? The way that he goes about doing things. The way that he gets sidetracked by the personal retribution stuff, it affects all of the policy stuff. And if the man could exercise a scintilla of self-discipline,
why would you expect that from him?
I mean,
why would you expect that from him?
Because
he is never in his life.
He could accomplish so much if he just had an ounce of self-discipline.
He's never accomplished anything. He's
accomplished a lot.
He is not. He's a Democrat. He's a failure at business. He only
Is that why he's a Democrat? Because he's a failure at business?
No, he's a failure at business, period. He hoodwinked America into believing that he was some guy that he's not. And many 70 million people believed him.
Twice.
77.
Twice.
77.
Twice.
Well, whatever.
Twice.
77.
A whole bunch of whatever. And so here we are.
Aren't you going to roll in that it was stolen?
Well, we don't know if it was wholly stolen, but we know in Pennsylvania they stole it.
Oh God!
And he tapped into the oldest trick in the book, racism. That's what he did in the story. So
he
that was
didn't
it.
tap into
For sure. Get rid of the immigrants.
Wait a minute.
We get them out of here.
Wait a minute. So
no more DEI.
So
get them out. You're woke.
How do you?
That was his whole
How do
thing.
you explain that this man that you call a racist got a higher percentage of the black vote and a higher percentage of the Latino vote
did
than
not.
any previous Republican president?
Okay.
Except for
If you
George
couch
W.
it-
Bush.
You can couch it that way. That's fine. But let's
Except
be
for
clear.
George
Let's
W.
be
Bush, who
clear.
got more Latino votes.
Let's be clear. Everybody does not think the same way. Black, white, or indifferent. Okay, so your experience is different. Your life experience allows you to believe certain things. We see a lot of African Americans and Latinos today, who still are arguing this man is a hero.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own experience.
Yeah.
It don't make it right. It don't make it make sense.
Are you saying the voters?
They've been hoodwinked too.
Are you saying the voters are wrong?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. They're a freaking bunch of idiots.
Voters are never wrong.
They are wrong.
Voters are never wrong.
And listen, a lot of the Latinos that voted for him,
well, they're unhappy.
They are absolutely saying
regretting their vote.
He wasn't gonna come for me.
Right.
Yeah.
He wasn't gonna take me out.
But this is the point that Rachel.
And listen, the African Americans.
This is the overreach.
Okay, but African Americans who voted for him, who lost their jobs, who can't get a job, and who DEI, they don't have no more DEI. Y'all say it was wokeness and all that. Okay, well, you get what you get. End of story.
It is a blessing.
End of story.
It is a blessing for America that we are sending DEI to the ash heap of history.
It is
a blessing for America.
It is going to harm us more than you understand.
Oh God! It is
more than you understand.
It's going to save us.
Because the reality is DEI, and I hate to have to bring this up again, but anyway,
I will have to step in and produce.
DEI is absolutely.
Yeah, Kevin, Mr. DEI. Mr. DEI.
DEI was meant to bring you the best and the brightest.
Oh my God!
That's what it was.
That's
what it was.
And
so we can
if there's
move
ever
on
a
from
distortion of history, that is it.
But that is the part of it that people want to hold on to.
Yeah, we're going to promote you.
It's no different
because of your gender or
that's
your
not what,
race
that
or
is
your
absolutely,
sexuality.
That is
You're going to get promoted
not,
if you check all those boxes.
That's
DEI.
That was
That's
not DEI.
bullshit.
That was not DEI.
But when you come,
DEI.
That is not DEI.
Well, of course it is.
It is not because DEI said
it's come to that.
People who were marginalized never were given an opportunity. And all they said was, we just want to give them an opportunity to sit in the room. And if they showed up and were better, give them the chance.
It's a quota system.
It's not a quota system. It is not a quota system.
It evolved into a quota system.
It did not evolve into a quota system.
Opinion.
I will not let you all believe this.
This is my opinion.
Listen to Rachel. She's right.
So to me, it's akin to the unions. There was a time when the unions were essential to bringing equality and workers' protections into the economy because workers were being abused in extreme ways.
Extorted. Say the word. Extorted.
Abused.
No,
they were being abused.
Extorted is the wrong word. They were being abused. But the extorted is more. They're being abused.
They won't say it.
Extorted is the wrong word.
Extorted.
And so the unions played a vital role in kind of bringing fair employment practices into the economy. And then but now at this point, I think that they have become a negative force in the economy.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead. Go on.
So I think the same is true with DEI. I think so. Initially, it evolved. Initially, it served a purpose, but I think it's evolved to a point where it has become a quota system, which is not right. I mean, it should be. We should move back to sort of meritocracy, and just like in terms of the unions, you need to be able to fire people when they're not performing.
Can somebody tell me what meritocracy is?
You are promoted on the basis of the great work that you do.
The unions have now become a body that protects incompetence.
Oh, so everybody who is working is incompetent.
That's
No,
not,
Who's in a union?
That is not what I'm that's not
We
what
have
I'm
the
saying.
most.
That's not what I'm saying.
We have the most
But the union
incompetent
contract-
cabinet in the history of America, and we're
And-
talking
Well,
about meritocracy.
That's not
Okay,
true.
you know what?
That's all I'm saying.
Are you forgetting the Biden cabinet?
Oh, please.
That was
Please.
vastly more
Oh,
incompetent.
please.
The unions can't.
Oh, please.
All right, let me try.
We have a
again.
president who's never finished anything. We're talking about
The
meritocracy.
unions have outlived their usefulness, and they haven't evolved to a point where they're still working to the benefit of the economy.
Yeah.
They're now protecting mediocrity.
Well, ladies and
They
gentlemen,
are. And
corporations-
we've talked about this, and you agree in terms of the
the
teachers
corporation,
unions. I
the
think.
corporations are
But-
making
and
billions.
The same thing with DEI.
The corporations are making billions, but we're talking about meritocracy.
So let me ask
Not
you a
going to
question.
road talk- let's not go to road talking points.
Let me ask you a question. So
Yes.
you moan and groan about the difference between corporate pay and the average worker pay.
Yes.
What do you think about the average pay of the teacher union leader versus the teacher in the classroom? Do you think that's a problem?
It is a problem.
Because the teacher
In any
union leaders are making millions of dollars
Yes,
a
they
year,
are.
and the
So-
teacher in the classroom is making $60,000.
You cannot waver me from
Is that
my
a problem?
You cannot waver me from my opinion about the fact that people need to earn a fair share. Our teachers need to be paid more. But our system should.
You know what's
if
preventing
you're talking about meritocracy,
You know what's preventing
hold
the
on,
te-
and
you
let me
know-
just say
you
this.
need to
You
be-
know who the most
You need
educated
to
person
be-
is
you
in
need
this
to be
country right
able
now?
to fire people that
Donald
aren't
Trump?
doing their
The
job.
black,
Oh,
the black, the
know-
black woman.
You know,
the black woman.
he's a very stable
The
genius.
he is a very unstable genius. But the black woman is the most educated person in America right now. You know who lost 300,000 jobs when he came in office? The black woman. Just giving you the facts.
You need to be able
Just
to.
giving you the facts.
Where-
That's
you
not
know-
DEI. That's not DEI.
you need
Is
to be
this,
able-
is this like an MSNBC fact?
I'm just
What-
giving you
what
the
is-
facts.
what is?
Google
Show
it.
me the source of this.
Google it, ladies and gentlemen.
You need to be able
All
to.
I'm saying to
Wages
you-
have gone
Listen.
up under this president.
Wages have gone up, but more people have lost their job under this president than anybody else.
That's not true.
That is true.
That is not
We have
true.
cut the government.
Unemployment
We
has
have-
held
Need a
steady.
fact
We have cut the government. We have the corporations have
Well,
cut
and
jobs.
Government
We-
employees have lost
unemployment is
jobs, but
going
wages
up.
wages
Unemployment
are
is going up.
Wages unemployment is not going
But
up.
I can tell you
wages
what
are going
and
up.
I tell you what wages are not doing.
Wages are going up.
Not keeping up with inflation.
What? And whose fault is that?
You tell me. It's the
Joe Biden.
No, what? Are we still talking about Joe Biden?
9.5%.
He's been gone for a year
9.5%
now.
inflation.
Everything is Trump.
Nothing gets
Everything is Trump from
nothing
now
gets
on.
fixed overnight.
I don't want to hear nobody talk about Joe Biden ever again.
Sleepy Joe.
Nobody talk about
he's
Joe
like
Biden
the
ever again.
curse of
This
Sleepy
is
Joe.
all Donald Trump right now.
when do we start to say it's all Trump?
You never do.
Well-
Listen, he's gonna be on his way out.
Look,
He's gonna be listen.
Look.
He's gonna be on his way out. He's gonna be at the helicopter, go fly him away,
you have to
and he gonna
actually-
say, "Y'all know I would have done better if that damn Joe Biden
So-
wasn't in office 4 years ago."
You have to actually look at this factually. Okay.
Yes.
So
here
if
we go.
you spend 4 years
Yeah.
and you're driving up inflation to the point where we had the highest inflation that we've had in 40 years.
We had COVID.
Under Joe
We had
Biden.
COVID.
COVID was
COVID was over.
We had COVID.
COVID was over in 2021.
Nothing ends immediately. Everything has a
Well,
lasting effect.
Well, that's right. For the Democrats,
We
you want to
continue to
keep
spend-
giving COVID subsidies like these
Well,
stupid Obamacare subsidies.
wait
You
till
wanna
you
keep spending-
wait till you feel
Yeah.
the tariff. Wait till you feel the tariff outplay next year.
I'm not in favor.
You wait on
Listen,
that.
I'm not
And
in
I
fa-
don't want
I'm not in
nobody to say
favor
nothing
of
about Joe
tariffs.
Biden.
I'm not in favor
Nothing
of
about
tariffs.
Joe Biden.
Listen,
I don't want
okay?
nobody
But
to
the
say
fact
nothing about
of
no
the
Joe
matter is-
Biden.
But the fact of the matter is, when you have the highest inflation that you've had in 40 years, it doesn't get fixed overnight.
It does not.
It does not get fixed overnight. And the reality is, if you look at the individual prices of things since Trump became president, most of them have come down. What hasn't come down?
Don't say most.
Hold on.
Some. Just gas.
Most.
Just gas.
Eggs. Okay.
We're not gonna talk
a
about
lot
no
of
eggs.
other household goods.
You know,
and
4
goods.
steaks are $90 now.
As I was about to say, the one thing that has not come down is beef, which is out of control. But there are a lot of reasons for that. It's not just because we've had a change in presidents. The price of beef. There's a lot of factors in this,
I
right?
see that.
You know
I see
what?
that you're easily able to say that something changed because of Biden. But then when it comes to Trump, it seems like there are multiple factors other than just Trump as to the result of these things. What do you
Our
say?
producer is a
I
very
think-
smart
I think
young
we're-
I
person.
don't know.
I
I just see these things. I hear these things.
I think we're going to have to cut you off.
Listen. We
I see. I don't know.
No more drinking
more
for the
drinking.
producer. No more drinking for the producer.
we're in challenging times. I just want people.
We
to
are
be,
in challenging.
I just want people to
times.
be more humane. I just want people to be
Well,
more
we all
humane.
want people to
and
be
stop
more humane.
And
Stop
objective.
dehumanizing.
And objective and acknowledge the faults
Oh,
of both
and perhaps we had to
sides.
agree on a basic set of facts. what a concept!
Let's
All
talk
right.
about what those
Like
facts
Sleepy
are,
Joe
please.
was senile.
He was-
That's a basic
We
set of facts.
We
agree on
cannot
that.
agree on that.
He was too old, and Donald Trump is becoming senile as well. So
Then that's a basic fact we can agree on.
okay, but you got to agree on both. They are both true on both sides.
We can agree that. Never mind. Go on. Let's go now. Let's finish. I'm not going to say anything else.
All right. So
But
Look,
Happy New Year.
well, look.
Happy New
Is
Year.
it Happy New Year? Is it Happy New Year?
I don't think we ever
No,
got
we did
people's
this.
snow,
Okay.
snow predictions. Are we going to be locked in for the next 7 days, or is it going to be at 5 inches and one and done?
It's going to be a balmy 70 on tomorrow.
I can state
Going
with
with 5
I can
inches,
state
one
with
and
100% certainty it will not be a balmy 70 tomorrow.
Yeah, it definitely won't be that.
It's going to be miserable. I mean, it's
What are your plans? Are we watching TV, sitting on the couch, or what are we doing? What is the
Definitely
tomorrow.
football. Definitely football.
There's 7 hours of football.
That
It's going
is-
to be on
that's
tomorrow.
true. Yes, it is.
the AFC and NFC championship
Yes, it
games.
is.
Go Rams!
You for the Rams? Okay, yeah, California, I got you.
Yeah.
Seattle, I think, is going to pull this thing out.
No.
I think they'll pull it out. And I tell you what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to find out which council members are Catholic.
Yeah, and the answer is going
Ladies
to
and
be zero. Zero council members are Catholic. But I think, we always try to find ways where we can actually agree. And I think where we all agree is, our civil discourse has become very angry, very strident.
Yes.
People are angry, and we've got to figure out some way to dial this back. And it's not going to get dialed back without courageous politicians. And at the moment,
You got to be able to call. You got to be able to call the faults on both sides.
You have to, right? It doesn't do the Democrats any good to just have be mired in Trump derangement syndrome and say that he's done absolutely nothing right. And it doesn't do Republicans any good, to not be able to, work across the aisle and acknowledge, obvious issues. We got to get to this point.
I acknowledge that he brought the gas prices down. I'm at $3.39 a gallon today for diesel. I'm good.
Let's agree.
Are you
I appreciate that.
your diesel vehicle?
Yeah.
So sadly, I have a vehicle that takes premium gas, and I'm still
They
paying
lied to you. You don't really
$4
have to put
a
premium.
gallon.
I'm doing the regular.
You don't really have to put
I do
premium
the
in
cheapest gas I can get, the regular cheapest gas I can get, which I always fill up on the way here because it's far cheaper than my house.
Well, you live
I'm
in the
with you, Richard.
district.
Yes.
Yeah,
You're highfalutin. You're
I always
highfalutin.
fill
Well,
up.
you're run by progressives in the district. What do you
Wow.
expect? Come on.
The labeling has got to stop.
You got to. Well, you
We
got
gotta
to go
stop
to. Look, well, for gasoline, everybody in the DMV should go to Woodbridge and go buy gasoline.
Go buy-
from
yes.
Woodbridge
Yes,
because
good
it's
point.
the cheapest gasoline in the area.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
What would it cost me for premium in Woodbridge?
I think it's at 360 or 370.
Yeah, so I mean that would save me like 45 cents a gallon if I went to
Yeah,
Woodbridge.
come on
So,
now. Come on now. We'd love to have you.
Yeah, I know. All right. Anyway, all right. Well, cheers to a new
Cheers.
year.
And
We're gonna try to make sure we have 12 podcasts this year.
yes, at least 12.
Maybe more.
Maybe more.
It's going to require effort on our part.
Right. Aspire to more than once a month.
We should aspire to more than once a month. This was our resolution last year, which we
Yes, it
utterly
was.
failed
Yeah,
at.
we did.
But,
And please call in or text us or
Send a
email
text,
us.
for
Or,
sure.
and let,
Put a comment on the bottom of
Put
the
a
YouTube.
comment in the
That'd
bottom.
be the best one.
we're on YouTube now, so please check us out. Let us know you're there. Subscribe.
Subscribe to the
Ladies
channel.
and gentlemen,
We currently have
subscribe.
17 subscribers. So thank you guys.
If you're a subscriber,
Hit the button.
1,700? Is that what you said?
17.
1,700? Is that what you said?
1700.
Is it 1700?
Yeah, good. Okay.
he's a Republican.
The glass is always half full.
We agree on
Amen.
that.
All right.
Amen.
Cheers.